Now, I want to talk this morning for a couple of minutes about the Run for Life, which we're a month gone. And as we know this year, lads, it was a big success this year. And I have a couple of people in with me this morning who took part in the Run for Life this year. And that is Scott and Michelle, and they're from Waterford City. How are you, lads? Good, surely. Now, I know you set out to raise a few quid this year, Scott. You aimed to get, first year was 100. And then you thought, well, maybe you could raise 500. How much did you raise in total?
1,400.
Wow. Unbelievable. And fantastic. I believe it was one of the biggest amounts raised this year. Now, here's the thing. I don't need to ask you a lot of questions, okay? Because we did a sneaky one this week and we sent our reporter Shona out earlier in the week to find out all about you guys. So take a listen.
Kind-hearted, he's good-natured. He's just lovable, you know. I never really ever see him in bad humour, and he's just a pet. I adore him.
God, Scott is the most kind-hearted, thoughtful chap there is. He's so special. Scott is special.
Scott Troy is 14 and he lives in Waterford. On the 2nd of February 2017, Scott's mum Tara sadly passed away after a brave battle with cancer. After she died, Scott went to live with his aunt and godmother Michelle, her husband Kieran, and their 3 children. Unfortunately, on the 10th of February this year, Scott's granddad Francie also passed away suddenly. Scott was very close to his granddad, and this further loss has had a huge impact on the family. In spite of all this, Scott has been brave and wise beyond his years.
To wake up every morning and not have your mum, to wake up, it's hard for me to explain. It's just so much has changed for him. He doesn't complain about it. He talks about Tara genuinely with love. There's no anger in him. He doesn't blame anyone. Yeah, he's sad that she had to leave him so young, but even down to his little dinners, he'd say, oh, Mum would cook that different, or Mum would do that different, or Mum would give me more of this.
He's someone who's gone through quite a lot at a young age. Nobody wants that ever for their family or for their children. No matter what way you look at it, he's a really good guy, and all I would really wish for him is the best for everything.
He's the child he is today because of Tara, and she'd be super proud of him. And I've always told Scott that Tara is going to be with him every day. She's always around him. She's this little angel on his shoulder. He's just part of us. He's just part of me. I love him from the bottom of my heart, and I'm so proud of him. And keep doing what you're doing and never change. And as I said, whatever you do in life, Scott, I'm behind you 100%, and I'll always be there for you.
Guys, we're all a bit emotional in here this morning. I'm sorry to surprise you a little bit like that, Scott. But let me tell you what's going on here today, okay? We did ask you to come in and talk about the Run for Life, but we also asked you to come in because it's Feel Good Friday on Beat. And what happens is people make nominations about people who they think have done such wonderful things for other people that maybe they deserve a little treat and a surprise themselves. And you were nominated by the team at the Solas Centre, Tracy, Anne-Marie and Dee, for the amazing job you did this year and all the money you raised, because I think when you have a tough time sometimes it's easy to put your head down, but you went out and did something so positive and so constructive, and I know, Michelle, you're so proud, aren't you, of what he did this year?
Very proud of him.
So let me tell you what's happening. We've got a couple of little surprises for you, okay? And then you said you like Liverpool. Have you ever been to see Liverpool?
No.
Have you ever been to England?
No.
Have you ever been on a plane?
No.
We're going to fly you over to Liverpool to see them play at Anfield, okay? Not today, in a few weeks' time. You're going to see them play against Crystal Palace, and it's a kind of VIP package, Scott. You'll have a fancy dinner. Some of the former players are going to be there to chat to you, and really good seats and all the rest. So you're off to Liverpool as well, and it's a thank you from the Solas Centre and from Beat for the brilliant things you did. How are you feeling?
Amazed.
Well, we think you're an absolute hero for raising all that money, and I know everybody's incredibly proud of you, so well done, and thank you for raising so much cash this year.
And keep being so brilliant, Scott.
Get up, you're rocking the boat. You don't even know. Forever could be never. If you don't know the show, come on, you could be mine, and we could let it shine. Everything would be fine if you just stop right.
And I'm proud of you for being able to go through all that and still being able to be yourself and just being able to put up with that, because if that was me, I know that I wouldn't be able to do the things that you're able to do.
I said he's a very lucky man because he's have to listen to important people in his life, and like the stuff he's have to go through is very inspiring to other people.
So good morning everybody. Sorry for this interruption, but we do have a very, very important and a very special announcement. So if you all would listen up now please, thank you.
On behalf of the school, there are no homework for the whole weekend.
We've sent them back to class, they've gone to coding, and we're going to pick them up a little bit early if that's okay.
That's no problem at all. He has great plans, and in fairness to Scott, the minute he came back into the class, he was like, okay, how can we make this even better? So he wants to bring all the class out to visit Beat someday, and that's the kind of boy that he is. He never just thinks of himself, he thinks of others, and he's going to make one amazing adult because he's one amazing young man already.
We could have a holiday, packing all our cares away, finding our own way to know who we are. We gotta go to the sun.
I just think he's an absolute credit to his family, and he's done a brilliant job so far, and listen, long may it continue.
We're here at Kingfisher because you're about to have a kickabout, so I'm not going to prolong this, but I know that there is something very special that you want to say to Scott.
No, we've offered Scott a season ticket for the whole of next season. On behalf of the club, we'd like to give it to you and thank you for all the brilliant work you've done for your lovely mother. And if there's anything else we can do, we'll do it.
The day started out as a very emotional one in studio and finished with myself and Josh and Harry and Scott and Brian singing One Direction through the streets of Waterford, and there is proof, video proof. We just belted the music out and laughed so much, and that will probably be my lasting memory of today. You're amazing, yeah. Thanks for having us and for being an absolute legend.
And we're happy to have you, and we'd be lost without you too, Scott. We'd be lost without you. Okay?
And I just say as well though, you know, you had today and you probably, I know you've had loads of fun things and everything going on, but the point behind the matter is
you want to know how we feel about
your mum and it, you know, what happens and everything, but and sometimes you might get days where you think, oh, you know, I'm lost, whatever, but you always have Michelle and me, and that's the little point we're just trying to, you'll always have us.
Our Scott is a young man who's had to face so much at such a very young age. Not all his days have been filled with laughter, but he has been inspirational. Scott Troy is proof that when life is tough, you have a choice to make, and he has decided to fight and keep going. But more than that, to make a difference. It's fair to say we could all learn something from Scott Troy. We're back next week for another very special Feel Good Friday.